This video is about introduction to sequence as a function, part 2. Now, we have we're given nth we're given n term. Now, from the question, it said that n term is given. For each sequence, find the fourth term, the eighth term, and the 12th term. So now, let's begin. The first question is A. The n term is equal to 2n plus 1. Now we're asked to find the fourth term, meaning n is equal to what? 4. Meaning the n term when n is equal to what? 4 will now be equal to 2 times 4 plus 1. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1. So this is what? 9. Now they also asked us to get the eighth term. The eighth term is the nth term when n is equal to 8, which implies that 2 times 8 plus 1, which is what? 16 plus 1 equal to what? 17. Now the 12th term is equal to, the 12th term is the n term when n is equal to 12. So it will just be 12, the 2 times 12 plus 1. So this will give us 24 plus 1, which is what? 25. So this is for the A part of this question. So now let's look at the B part of the question. The B part of the question. The B part is B. Now for B, the nth term is equal to what? 3 minus 5n. So now we are asked to find the fourth term. So the fourth term is the nth term when n is equal to 4. So when n is equal to 4, you have 3 minus 5 times 4, which is 3 minus 20, which is what? Minus 17. Now you look for the eighth term. The eighth term is equal to 3, is equal to the nth term when n is equal to 8. So 3 minus 5 times what? 8 will now give us what? 3 minus what? 40. This is equal to what? Minus 37. Then the next one is the 12th term. The 12th term now will be 3 minus 5 times what? 12, which will be 3 minus 16, which is the same thing as minus 557. So this is for the B part of the question. So now let's go over to the C part of the question. So the C part of the question, we have C, the n term is equal to n minus 1 divided by n plus 1. So the fourth term is equal to the nth term when n is equal to 4. This will be equal to 4 minus 1 divided by 4 plus 1. Meaning whenever you see n in this n term, you put 4 there. So which is 4 minus 1 is 3, 4 plus 1 is 5. So now the eighth term is the n term when n is equal to what? 8, which is equal to 8 minus 1 divided by 8 plus 1. This will give us what? 7 divided by 9. Now the 12th, let me rule a line here. The 12th term will now be equal to the nth term when n is equal to 12 will now be equal to 12 minus 1 divided by 12 plus 1. This will now be equal to 11 divided by 13. So that is for the C part of the question. That is for the C part of the question. Now let's go over to the D. D, you have the nth term to be equal to what? N squared minus 1. So the fourth term is equal to the nth term when n is equal to 4, which is equal to 4 squared minus 1. So 4 squared is 16 minus 1. This will now be 15. Now the eighth term is equal to the nth term when n is equal to 8, which will be equal to what? 8 squared minus 1. This 8 squared is the same thing as 64 minus 1, which will be what? 63. So now let's look for let's look for the 12th term. The 12th term the 12th term is equal to 12 squared minus 1, which is equal to 144 minus 1. This is 143. So now we're done with the D part of the question. Now let's look at the E part of the question. The nth term is equal to 512 times 2 to the power minus n. Now we're asked to find the fourth term. The fourth term will now be the n term when n is equal to what? 4, which is equal to 512 times 2 to the power minus 4. And this is the same thing as 512 divided by 2 to the power 4. 512 divided by 2 to the power 4 is the same thing as 16. So 16 divided 512 divided by 16 will give us 512. Let's see, 512 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2, and 2 divided by 5. You have 2, remainder 1. If you put the 1 here is 11. That is 5. Remainder 1. You put the 1 here is 12. That is 6. You divide it by 2 again. You have 1, 2, 8. Divide by 2 again. You have what? 64. And this 64 is equivalent to 2 to the power 6. It's equivalent to 2 to the power 6, and you have 1, 2, 3. So that is 2 to the power 9 all over 2 to the power 4. So this will give us 2 to the power 9 minus 4 according to the law of indices, where let me just write it here, where a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n is equal to a raised to power m minus n, the law of indices. Now let's take it off. So that was what we applied here. That was what we applied. So this will give us now, this will give us 2 to the power what? 5, which is equal to 32. So in a sense, which is equal to what? 32. In a sense, let me just delete here. So that means the answer there is what? 32. Now let's solve the eighth term. The eighth term will now be the n term when n is equal to 8, which will be 512 times 2 to the power minus 8, which will now 512 divided by 2 to the power 8, and 2 to the power 8, then the 512 is 2 to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 8. So this will now give us 2 to the power 9 minus 8, which is equal to 2. So this is 2. So that will be the final answer. So that is it. So now the answer for that is 2. Now let's look at the 12th term. The 12th term will be the nth term when n is equal to what? 12, which will be 512 divide times 2 to the power minus 12. This is the same thing as 512 divided by 2 to the power 12. And 512 is 2 to the power 9 divided by 2 to the power 12. So this is the same thing as 2 to the power 9 minus 12 according to the law of indices. So you have 2 to the power minus 3. So this will give us 1 all over what? 8. Because 2 to the power 3, let me clean here so that we get to understand it well. Now we have 2 to the power, that's the 12th term is equal to 2 to the power minus 3, because 2 to the power 9 minus 12 is 2 to the power minus 3. So this is equal to, no, according to the law of indices, we have a to the power minus n is the same thing as 1 all over a to the power m. So for applying that here, you have 1 all over 2 to the power 3, which is 1 all over 2 to the power 3 is 8. So that is it finally. So that is how we got this. So that is it. So now this is the end of the lecture. Thank you for watching till the end. Have a nice day.